Hey, first grade. So math was a little bit tricky today. We've had a couple of more challenging chapters, and I just told the kids this is just growing their brain. So I wanted to go over, this is actually the sheet that we did in class today, but it will be real similar to the homework sheet. Actually, I've already put the homework sheets up in the binders, but I'm going to show you with this sheet from today kind of how we word things and how we did it. So we're just subtracting, which I tried to tell the kids we're still looking at tens and ones, okay, but instead we're subtracting ones from the ones and tens from the tens. For some reason, the setup today of this just kind of blew their minds, so we'll start out with this. So the directions tell us to cross out to subtract and then complete the problem. So 36 minus 3, okay? So 3, we're only subtracting 3. So that's simple. We just cross out 1, 2, 3, okay? Again, that's because there are 3 ones. There are no tens. All right? And then I told them you just count what you have left. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. So 36 minus 3 is 33. Okay, that was pretty easy. Okay, when we get down to here, 45 minus 10. Okay, they were getting a little bit confused when they separate it and they look at tens and ones. All right, so if they have to, I told them, circle the entire number that you're taking away. You're taking away 10. Well, we know a lot of them want to go straight up here and start crossing these out. We know we don't have enough ones to make a 10, okay? And we know that this is a 10 stick. These are 10 sticks. So 45 minus 10 is just taking away a 10 stick. All right, we X'd out 10, a 10 stick. And then we're going to count what we have left. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, 35. Now, I do want to show you, though, how some of the students, just a couple of the students are able to look and just see, tens minus the tens. So 4 minus 1 is 3. And then when we subtract our ones, 5 minus 0 is 5. Okay? And if they do it that way, that's fine, too. It's a little harder when we do it horizontal like this than when we set it up vertical. All right, but again, they do want to show crossing out. Okay. Over here, 34 minus 12. Okay, if it helps them, circle the number that we're subtracting. We're subtracting 12. Well, I can look at 12 and see that's 10 and 2 more. So that's 10. Then we keep going, 11, 12. Okay, so now I just count what I have left, which is 10, 20, 21, 22. Okay. Again, this is the sheet from today in class, but I just want to go through it to kind of let you see the process and also kind of remind them. Okay. So we're doing the same thing here, except now we have our problem in vertical and they've just put it in the place value chart, which the kids have seen this, so they're familiar with it. The problem is 54 minus 3, okay? So on the vertical ones, I like them to go ahead and circle like we used to do when we were adding, okay? So we circle the ones because we want to subtract the ones first. And what's 4 minus 3? 1, okay? So like if you see, I'm going ahead and having them first solve this problem, and then we can come over and I'll show you how we cross it out, okay? But again, there's no right or wrong. If they want to cross out first, then come solve it, that's fine too. So 54 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1, and then 5 minus 0 is 5, okay? So a lot of them are quick to be like, okay, the answer is 51, and they wanted to move on. But I reminded them that we have to, like the directions say, cross out to subtract. Okay? So that's when you just look here and you say, okay, well, which number is beside the minus? Because the minus shows us what we're taking away. And we're only taking away 3. So I come over and I subtract cross out 3. And then they can even check it. They thought it was kind of cool that they see their answers 51 here, and they can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, plus one more is 51, so they match up. Okay? 45 minus 20. Again, the way that most of them understood it, excuse me, circle the ones that we're going to subtract first. 5 minus 0 is, oh, sorry, my paper's moving. I'm sorry about that. Is 5. Sorry, it's kind of messy. And then 4 minus 2 equals 2. Okay, so our answer is 25. Before we move on, we have to still cross out what we subtracted. And we look at the minus, and the number beside the minus, this entire number, shows us what we subtracted. So minus 20, which means we're going to, that minus means we're going to X it out. We're going to X out 20. So we come over and we X out 10, 20. And we can check our answer. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 matches up with 25. Okay? Now these were a little more difficult for them because here it's kind of like we're working in reverse. Okay? They give us the picture. They go ahead and they've showed us what they've subtracted or X'd off, crossed out, and we have to make up the problem by looking at the picture. Okay. Again, if this is difficult for your child, we're going to be working on it more this week. Okay, this is our first day doing it. So we'll be working more tomorrow as a class and then one-on-one for those that need it. So, but I told them when we subtract, we always have to get the big total, the grand total. Okay, so first we need to count out the total we had before anything was X'd out. Okay, so we count it all. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. Okay, so 76 is the number we start with. Okay, because that's what we had to begin with. Then they've already crossed out what we're subtracting. All we have to do is count out what they've X'd off, because that's what we're minusing. So we count 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Okay? And that's the number that we subtract. Again, 76 was the total before anything was crossed out. That's what we put here. Okay? And we minus, those are the crossed out ones. That's the number we're minusing, and we count it 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So it's 76 minus 34. Okay? So now we have our problem. So now I told them you can just go in and you can 6 minus 4. Okay? And again, we can look and see that these are ones. So I try to get them to see that, hey, 6 minus 4, well, we look over here and we know that we only have 2 left. That's your answer. Okay? But a lot of them just like to look at as a problem 6 minus 4 and solve it that way without looking over at the picture. Okay? Whichever helps them. So 6 minus 4, we had 6. We took away 4. Sorry, got a little blurry. Is 2. And then we have 7 minus 3. Again, these were 7. Crossed out 3. And we have how many 10 sticks left? 4 10 sticks. And 7 minus 3 equals 4. So our answer is 42. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42. They match. Okay? On the back, you're going to do the same thing. Crossing out to subtract. Okay, if you get confused with number 1 and 2, it's just like numbers 4 and 5 on the front. All right. So I won't show those, but down here, again, it's horizontal, so it's a little trickier. 96 minus 50. I tell them when it's horizontal, if it helps them, circle the number that we're subtracting, 50. Okay? And 50, just come up and X out 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, now we had 96 total, minus 50, Well, I've 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I've minus 50. Now I count what I have left, and that's my answer. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. 46 is what we have left. Again, 29 minus 13. If it helps them, tell them to circle the entire number that we're going to subtract, which is 13. Okay, and then they just have to go up and cross out 13. So we know we have 10, count on 11, 12, 13. Again, I subtract the 13, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, count what you have left that is not X'd out, and that is your answer. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is your answer. Okay? And again, this is the same, number 5 is the same as the one on the front, on the bottom. And then here, they like to just confuse you and keep your mind sharp. So they're solving some addition problems. Again, your homework won't be exactly like this, but very similar. So I will put this paper that we did today in class. Again, we did most of this paper in class as a whole group. Okay, there were maybe 5 or so that just took it and ran. They were able to do it no problem. But most of them we worked together, and that is what we would normally do. It's our first day. So after we did the lesson on the floor, we came and did this paper whole group, but it was confusing for a lot of the class. We'll continue working on it tomorrow. I hope this helps you some. Don't worry if you know they're confused on it tonight. I can always explain it to them better tomorrow. And they really worked hard today in class. So if they seem a little bit, you know, brain frazzled, a little burned out, they worked pretty hard today in math. So they might just need a few more minutes to process it. Okay. Hope you have a great week. Praying for you. Thank you.